Okay, we're ready.
Okay. Okay, welcome to the Fraser Park Public Utility District regular meeting agenda for Thursday, August 13th, 2026. We're starting at 4:03 p.m. We're called to order. We'll do the pledge to the flag. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call of directors. Director Schoenberg.
Here.
Director Garcia is absent. Director Gibson is absent. Director Kelly
Here.
and Director Nyman is here. We do have a quorum. Okay. 2, discussion vote, adjust agenda if necessary.
Well, I was gonna motion that when our attorney gets here, that we put him into the closed session.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, Director Schoenberg has made a motion. Director Kelly has seconded it. Roll call of directors. Director Schoenberg.
Aye.
Director Nyman's an aye. Director Garcia is absent. Director Gibson is absent. Director Kelly.
Aye.
Okay, it's 3-0, 2 absent. Still carried. Okay, if there isn't anything else, maybe when we get to it, we'll just table them. Yeah, we'll just have to decide as we go.
Okay. Totally agree.
Okay, 3, public comments. Are there any public comments?
A person that was gonna come didn't come, so nope,
They never
unless
come.
there's somebody online.
Okay,
They never
not,
come.
not hearing anybody. 4, report of officers. The president is absent. Vice president, I don't have anything to report. Secretary,
I have nothing to report.
okay, treasurer,
I made some transfers, but I can talk about those during the financials.
okay, and the JPI representative is absent. So we'll go on to 5.
Oh, I forgot to say, and I also, well, I guess I could say it during the financials too, but I'm just gonna say I did call the bank in regard to the fraud issue we were dealing with. We're still waiting. It takes quite a while, I guess, so that they'll notify, but it's gonna be weeks before we are able to get reimbursement for that $1,200.
Okay. 5, board member initiatives. Okay, not hearing any. 6, managers report.
All right, one of our employees is leaving, he's still working for us right now. Got a lot of hold up and some other stuff, but we managed to get the new service line installed for the, over by Lions Daycare. That was installed yesterday and today. We have a leak on Texas, it's a very small leak, so, Corey's gonna, probably come in this weekend to work with Jeff to get that done, still. And, I have some solar lights out here, put in the parking lot. It's supposed to help a lot for when it gets winter and it gets so pitch dark, and when I came the other night for an alarm, our yard down here, the light that's in the middle that Greg used to say Edison gave to us or whatever. Anyway, they can find no record of that and it don't work no more. So I need to put some lights up around the yard and some different tank sites. So I'm doing that. Yeah, other than that, I'm good.
Okay, a discussion vote on pre-employment screening.
Put out there, you can put that on there. What was my concern with that?
You wanted to be able to do it, we don't have it currently. We don't do it, but you wanted, so that when you.
Oh, the
get the
background
new
checks.
people, the background.
Yeah,
checks,
that's what it was, the background checks. Everybody's doing background checks and we're supposed to be, have always supposed to do background checks. So I'm recommending now the new, standard, which I found through Corey, is 7 years. They do a background check for 7 years, which I think is fair for the people that have turned their life around and may want to work, but it also shows they got some longevity of doing the right thing, or there's nothing. So if you guys, since we're getting ready to hire, if you guys approve it, I want to start having background checks done for any new employees.
You know what the cost would be, and who would you go through?
No, and I would have to research all that. I mean, we could do it ourselves. I know when I had the life scan for soccer, it was like $55 or something. I went down myself, but I don't know, I'll have to look into that. But since we're having, since I'm hopefully be hiring one or two people, I'm hoping that we can get the background checks going.
what were we doing before?
Nothing. And then
Cause at one point we were, so when did we,
not in the entire time that I've been here. It stopped before me. Stopped before me.
really?
And then we wound up luckily.
So, but we were sending them in to do drug testing. and
Oh yeah,
stuff.
we always do drug testing,
Yeah.
physical drug testing, but I want to do background checks. So.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Okay, so if you guys, approve that, that's good.
I'll entertain a motion.
Cause I remember, and is that, I just have one more question, is that going to include, like driver's license stuff? Because that was something we used to do
No,
also.
everything
that
we do,
dropped off.
we go through the DMV poll system for
Okay.
JPIA. And Tiffany always assigns the new people, and then if they get anything on their license, I get a printout of it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, and we do a DMV printout when they get hired.
Good,
I make
okay.
sure that they're not. they
So
don't
we are
identify.
doing that, we just weren't.
Yeah, we've been doing it all except for the background check.
Okay.
And now since they could limit them to 7 years, that seems more fair to me, so. Yeah.
Do we want to wait for the other two? I mean, they'll probably vote. Yeah.
No, I think it's a standard business practice that everybody else does, so I don't see why it's a big decision. I mean, it protects us in the long run. Then if we hire somebody that goes and does something to one of our customers and we didn't do a background check, we're liable for that. So I would rather do the background checks.
Well, I'll make a motion that, to allow Johnny to do background checks. I'd just like to know kind of.
Price on it.
And price.
Well, like I said, no matter what, I mean, I'm not gonna have a service do it, so I would go down there. It's gonna be less than $100 per employee for sure. And even if it was $300, it'd be worth it because we're investing a lot in these people that we train, and we spend tons and tons of money on insurance and all that stuff. And then if they don't work out because something comes up, then we're out all that money anyway, so.
Okay, so your motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we allow Johnny to do background checking
For,
for new employees.
for 7 years?
Yeah, going back 7 years.
Going back 7 years.
Okay.
I think that's a.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, a motion's been made by Director Kelling and seconded by, Director Schoenberg. Roll call with directors. Director Schoenberg,
Aye.
Director, Gibson is absent, Director Garcia is absent, Director Kelling,
Aye.
and Director Nyman is an aye. Motion carried, 3-0, 2 absent. Okay. The administrative assistance report. Do you have anything, Tiffany?
Most of the stuff will be agenda items. Other than now, this is something new, getting hounded with public records requests for our parcel B bid. So because it ended yesterday, I have emails coming into our general email, emails coming into my personal regular email. All asking for all the public information on the bid. This is new, it's the first time, but that's fun to try to keep up with them.
Well, like other companies that didn't get a chance to bid or something, now they wanna know?
They're just, construction companies, they wanna know who the bidders were, what the bids were, where the like all sorts of projects.
Can we
After
refer
the
all
fact.
that stuff to D since he
No,
would know better than us?
I mean, the general information I have, but we would have to answer the public records requests ourselves. It's just different to have them all come in now,
Yeah.
Well, people are more desperate for work.
maybe.
Okay, 7, standing committee reports, accounts payable committee.
We met, we looked at all of the bills, we, made a decision that we would try to, well, we can't really make a decision as a committee, but we, are going to bring it forward here to have a standing motion to allow the normal bills that come in late, like like electric, gas, all those kinds of bills that we pay every month, to have a standing, well, to motion it to pay those, even if it's after this meeting, and then the checks will go around like they do to the directors to be signed. And so that was, something we, talked about there, and like I said, we had some bank stuff. I'll bring that up in the financials again, and, is there anything else? I think that was it.
I think
So yeah, there wasn't anything unusual or any real problematic things. It was just, the big issue is because we don't have a second meeting, is making sure that we're able to pay all our bills in a timely manner.
Okay, state update meeting,
Next week,
committee is next week, so, quarterly financial committee.
we met, and, I've stood in on that because of
Well,
that.
I need to say that I appreciate Rama for standing in for the AP and the quarterly for me. I had some medical emergency and I appreciate that. And I know Becky's been sick and, so you got to stand in for her and
Yeah,
I'm sure she appreciates that as well.
thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, everything was pretty smooth. Again, I don't think there were a couple of recategorizations, very few.
But
And
everything seems.
everything looks good, so.
Getting better and better, huh?
Yeah, it's definitely so much smoother since we have this process, so I know we were micromanaged a little bit by the grand jury, but I'll tell you, our process of having the extra committees makes everything
Oh.
smooth compared to how it was even like, what, 2-3 years ago? Yeah.
Well, if you ask me about what an invoice is from a year ago, I'm a lot less likely to remember what's going on than I do now.
Yeah.
So every 3 months is good.
Okay, number 8, ad hoc committee reports, planning project committee, we haven't met. Easement and deeds committee, they haven't met. Bond book committee,
No,
they haven't met. 5-year budget.
We
committee,
met, but we need to reschedule another
We
meeting.
need to reschedule another one because
The
the
last
last
one
one
we
we
had to cancel.
scheduled, we had to cancel because Director Schoenberg was sick.
But we got through a good amount of stuff, so we got through all the income stuff, and we're like halfway, I think, through the
Expenses.
expenses, yeah.
Okay, so we'll have to make a date. Parcel B project committee, we haven't had a meeting, and we'll cover whatever Tiffany has or whatever D has at that time.
Did the meeting happen? No.
Generator asset committee has not met, and I'm not sure.
We're supposed to meet next Tuesday, I think it is.
Didn't it get canceled?
What, the generator?
It got canceled.
Oh, yeah, because
Deborah won't be there.
Deborah won't be there.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
So you guys have,
No.
yeah, so,
Yeah, and we weren't sure if you were gonna be able to be there, so we were gonna cancel it. So that actually, we were going to cancel it today
Oh, okay.
as part of this meeting.
yeah,
And we thought we might have to reshuffle who was on that committee, but we didn't know. So that's why we wanted to, yeah, so we'll bring that up on the ad
Okay.
hoc section.
okay, we'll go on to 9, discussion vote on accounts payable and financial information. That's you, Deborah.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So, I processed 25 checks and 1 void out of the revenue operating account. Total disbursements was $43,259.23. The extraordinary disbursements include the primary visa, $7,910.12. Ferguson Enterprise, the total is for 3 invoices, $3,703.63. And the employee benefit to JPIA, $11,943.42. and Edison, $8,678.42. The one void was an ADP disbursement that we ended up paying by credit card because we had some issues on the account.
Can I add to that too?
Yes.
That was, what I paid, it ended up being ACH, I believe, because they just did the transfers. They didn't have me put it on the credit card. But it was some missing invoices from when we had to change checks and everything, so
Yeah,
they weren't gonna let me do payroll on Monday if I didn't clear it up, so I cleared it up.
okay.
Okay.
But
And
so I do have a question on that though, because we still have, well, I'll bring that up when you're done. Trevor.
And I'll just mention the reason why the credit card is so high is because one of the charges was $4,700 for Sunbelt Rentals.
Yeah.
So.
And then until we resolve everything with them,
And until we resolve everything with them, we're paying them by credit card, when we use their company because of the, fraud, thing that was going on. So,
I could just start going back to United too.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fine if everything's working. I think we're fine paying it by credit card. It just makes the credit card bill look really hefty and.
are there any questions?
I have a couple of things I want to mention before we make a vote or anything.
Okay,
Okay, so, as far as I was saying, transfers, so what I did, there weren't any, transfers that I was given from Tiffany that are the, things for like the, public funds and all that. But I needed to, transfer money from so we have the two accounts now, the old revenue operating and the new revenue operating until we clear all the checks and then it will close the old revenue operating and only have the new revenue operating. However, even though there's not money still going into the old, that stopped at the end of July. I checked, I think the last one was on July 31st, so that's good. But our balances were not enough to cover our payroll and everything without transferring money because we had transferred money and we had also borrowed some money from our general fund to start the new operating revenue. So I returned the borrowed funds of 50,000. I actually made a mistake when I was doing it. I hit a button and something went through. So one of them's for 5,000 and one of them's for 45,000, but we had borrowed 50, so it adds together to be 50,000. So that went from back to the general fund from the old revenue operating, even though that's the money we put into the new revenue operating to start that account, because we needed money in the account to start it. But because we had money that wasn't supposed to be going into the old one anymore, but was, I went ahead and transferred that. So that was 2 transfers. And then a third transfer to reduce the balance of the old operating revenue because we had excess money in there. We only need to cover, right now, our outstanding checks are only $1,500. And so we needed to cover that, but there were some things, we were concerned that there might be some extra stuff. So I left, and I had trouble. I couldn't print anything out on the copy machine, so I don't have a very good little report I could go from. But so I don't know how the money I left in there, but it was like 4,009 something, and I transferred 35,000 from the old to the new, and that way we were able to cover our payroll and everything else. So that was 3 transfers. Then all our normal transfers also went through, and those are linked. Now they're coming out of the new operating revenue since pretty much when we established that. And then the outstanding checks, there is that one ADP outstanding invoice. I just wanted, because you guys had mentioned ADP, there's a outstanding invoice still of $329.32. Did we figure that out when we paid them or anything?
I don't know anything
So
about that.
that was part of the ACH payment. So I think we can void those checks. So they can't cash them.
Well, we would have to, stop payment, but you're saying, I mean, I think we talked, that was another thing we talked about, is that we are going to close that account fairly rapidly because there's only a few outstanding payments. When we close it, it will, all those checks will be voided, and I also did tell the bank which checks were still they know that there's only 5 potentially still that would go through, so they should be stopping everything else anyway. I mean, are you saying we should do a stop payment, Deborah, or are you saying just as soon as we close that, that check will be voided?
Well, I'll give you as much information as I have. That check that we issued was in June, and it has not
I can
cleared.
barely hear you. I don't know why. Is that up all the way?
The check to ADP was written in June, and it has not cleared as of today. Who knows where
Right.
it is? If we stop payment on it, it's a cost of $36. But they've been paid, so we don't have to worry about them. If the check goes through, if we don't stop payment and the check goes through, any charge to us would probably be $12 because we've closed the account and the check will get returned.
And if somebody
Right,
was gonna commit fraud, you would think they would have done it.
Yeah, I mean, so I
Yes,
think
so,
it's better not to close, not to do a stop payment, correct? We talked a little bit about that, and just close the account. And if we do get it, then it's a $12 charge as opposed to a $36 charge.
That's what I think.
Yeah. If everybody's okay with that.
Sure.
So, and we're just waiting on a couple more checks. One of them is also a weird one that is all the way back from January. That's probably, I don't know what's going on with that one, so we still need to just kind of figure that out. And then the one check, I tried calling you, Dee, and I never got a call back from you. But we had a check for Kern County. There were 2 checks issued on 12/18/25 for certificate of compliance. I don't know if they were both for well 9, but the one I have that's still outstanding is certificate of compliance well 9 procurement for $447. One of the checks Kern County cashed, and the other one I think they're holding. And Deborah seemed to think there was some reason they were holding that check because there was something else that needed to happen before they could cash it. So I just want to make sure on that because that one is still outstanding and that's from December.
Yeah, let me see. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you really loud now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's the check. And it was for the it was for the CFC. And I just got the approval of the application for the CFC today for well 9. So I assume now they're going to go ahead and cash that. So
Well,
I sent you an email, I think this morning, Lisa, because we're trying to figure out here where the money may have gone. And our conclusion was, as I wrote in that email, that it was probably this certificate of compliance. And indeed it was.
Okay, yeah, that was why I called you, is I just had a feeling you had the check physically and you hadn't given it to them yet. And I just
No.
wanted to,
I-
I wanted to confirm that.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether we sent it in or you sent it in. Probably
Well, I
we
mean, what
sent
you
it in.
just held up was that wasn't the check? You held up a check.
Yeah, if I handed him a check, it was that check.
So you
Right.
held up a check 5 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago. You held up a check and said,
That's a check. Yeah, that's a
So
picture of the check.
"It's a picture of the check."
It's a picture of
So
it,
they
yeah.
have the check, you have a picture of the check, and they just haven't cashed the check yet because they were holding it because we haven't given them the final paperwork. Great. Okay, yeah, that was basically my question for you because we just weren't sure if it was misplaced or if they, were just holding it. So that's
Yeah.
great. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. We weren't either until today.
Okay, so that was the question. And then, there was one other question on a petty cash check. I think you probably cashed it already, Johnny.
Yep.
Okay, so that one, so really, we don't have 5 outstanding checks anymore. We probably have 2 outstanding checks. And I guess maybe we can take a vote as part of the financials that if we, feel that those are not going to be resolved, that we go ahead and have permission to close the account as soon as these checks clear. And Deborah can reconcile them, that I have permission to close the account with Director Nyman.
well, you have to make a motion.
I'm saying I would like to, if that's okay with you, I would like.
Oh,
a
that's
motion.
okay with me. I guess we.
Okay, I'll make a motion that after the three outstanding checks, the 3 outstanding checks
Yes,
that we know will be cashed. After they clear, then the remaining 2 outstanding, checks, go ahead and close that account.
Go here a second.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, Director Kelling's made a motion, Director Schoenberg has seconded it. Roll call of directors, Director Schoenberg,
Aye.
Director Kelling,
Aye.
Director Gibson is absent, Director Garcia is absent, Director Nyman's an aye. 3-0-2, motion carried.
And then I just have one more question before we do the motion to pay the bills, Deborah. There were still some, bills that were outstanding, and I noticed that some of them had been, done in between, and I saw Terry signing some of those. So I'm just gonna ask you what's still, or if you know your best guess at what's still missing, because I don't know if we did, I have the other day, we were still missing, JPIA,
Do I need 3 signatures someone?
That one's here.
advanced. Okay,
That one's on
advanced data, American Business Machines, BTE, Streamline, now called Civic Plus and M&S. And then I saw that there was an Edison bill or something. There was,
Edison came in,
JPIA,
JPIA came in.
so do we still have a
Yeah.
few more that we need to make that motion for? I mean, we're gonna make a motion, hopefully, after we motion to pay the bills, we'll make a motion about signing stuff afterwards, but, do we know that there's still some that we're waiting on right now that aren't the everyday normal ones?
I need a pen.
Well, as of Wednesday, there, in my inbox to be paid, there are invoices for BTE, for Civic, which used to be Streamline, for Young Woolridge, and for D Jaspar.
Okay, so those are on my list, a couple of them. So we'll just motion, because the BTE is a normal one and the Civic Plus is a normal one, so that'll be part of that motion to have directors sign after the fact, after this meeting, but, and then we can include, I think, the Young Woolridge, D Jaspar, and go over those at the next meeting if we need to. So, okay, so we're pretty good. So we covered everything that was on the list that you gave me.
Okay,
Okay,
all I
So I
have.
think okay, thank you, Deborah.
I'll entertain a motion to pay our bills.
I'll make a motion that we pay our bills.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, Director Kelly has made a motion, Director Schoenberg has seconded it. Roll call of directors, Director Schoenberg,
Aye.
Director Kelly,
Aye.
Director Gibson is absent, Director Garcia is absent, Director Nyman's an aye. Motion carried 3-0-2, 2 absent. Okay, thank you, Deborah.
Thank you, Deborah.
Have a great weekend, Deborah.
Thank you. Have a good
Okay.
evening and a good weekend.
That's what this is.
Thank you.
Okay,
We're not doing the closed session.
no, we'll come back to the closed session.
Now, did you want to make that other motion?
Oh, yeah, I'm
Oh.
sorry. Yeah, we have one more motion to make.
Okay,
Okay, so I would like to make a motion. Maybe you should probably make it because I'm the treasurer, but, I would like to.
I don't know what it is.
Okay, so I'd like someone to entertain a motion to be able to after, since we only have one meeting a month now for a little while, that we vote on two again, to be able to pay our normal bills after the meeting by allowing Deborah to cut checks and then take them around to, 2 or 3 directors as needed. So that would be however you want to word that motion, and that could also include, I think, the Young Wooldridge and D Jasper, since those are kind of normal payments too, unless there's something big, weird looking that we need to talk about as a group.
Okay.
I don't know how you want to word that, but so basically,
Young Wooldridge, I understand that we pay them in advance of claims.
right, so we can hold the D, let's, because the
That's
D
what I-
ones, we need to, sometimes we pay them and sometimes we hold
Yeah,
them
yeah,
depending on if
right.
they're a claim or not. So
Right.
yeah, I would say that we should wait on those maybe,
That's why.
so for a meeting.
Okay, I'll make a motion for us to give Deborah permission to cut checks for our normal vendors that
Come in
that'll
after,
come in after our first meeting prior to, the next month, so we can get them paid on time, including Young and Woolbridge.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, Director.
Oh, and then, wait, you need to include, and then they'll be taken around for signatures.
And someone. will-
Johnny or we'll come in.
Somehow we will get the signatures to sign the checks because they need signatures.
Yes,
Yes.
okay,
Okay,
I'll second that motion.
all right, Director Kelling's made a motion, Director Schoenberg has seconded it. Roll call of directors, Director Schoenberg,
Aye.
Director Kelling,
Aye.
Director Gibson's absent, Director Garcia's absent, and Director Nyman's an aye. Motion carried, 3-0-2 absent. Okay, 11, discussion vote update on Fraser Park, Lake of the Woods Consolidation Planning Project. A discussion vote on project budget. Where do we stand on that? Carlos, has he given us the go-ahead yet or approval on that letter?
Yeah, that was approved, so I'll be submitting these claims that we didn't submit before in this next claim.
Okay. And I guess this would be the place to talk about it too. Now you've received legal claims from Lake of the Woods. You're gonna add it to the next claim.
I haven't received the claims yet because we were gonna give them the go ahead to submit the claims, but
Okay.
there is a total. I think Pam sent the total yesterday or the day before that was like somewhere around $3,500.
Yeah, okay. So, so do we need a motion on that? I think somebody needs to make a motion to approve that. Actually, here's the, I'll tell you the exact amount.
In the email,
It's in the email. Okay,
in our
okay,
new
so,
email,
Lake of the Woods MO and design invoices reimbursement, a total of $3,421.95.
what's the date on that?
The date, is, where's the date? August 13th.
That's today.
That's the,
Okay, so, okay, I will move that we allow Lake of the Woods to put in a claim for $3,421.95 for MOU and design invoices, legal costs. To give that to Carlos so that he can add it to our next claim.
do I hear a second?
I'll second that. Then I got a question.
Okay, good. Well, let me just do, the motion has been made by Director, Schoenberg and seconded by Director Kelly. Now it's open for discussion. What's your
Okay.
question?
Carlos, how much was left in the budget? Is that gonna empty the I mean, zero?
I think that was legal. Well, okay.
I think there was like somewhere around 10 or 12,000 left. I'd have to look it up, but I don't know.
Okay.
Are we expecting any legal invoices for this next claim or for the final
I
claim?
believe there's 3 that I'm gonna send to you, but they're not particularly high.
Okay.
Maybe at the most a couple thousand.
Yeah, so there'll be
Altogether.
enough, and I mean, there'll be enough to cover both, so that we'll be good because this money goes away anyway, so we can't use it no more after
Right.
Okay,
this month.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that we were gonna get covered.
yeah.
Okay,
Okay, so the motion has been made, roll call, if there's no other questions, roll call of directors. Director Schoenberg,
Aye.
Director Kelly,
aye.
Director Gibson's absent, Director Garcia is absent, Director Nyman's an aye, motion carried. 302, okay. Go on to B, discussion vote on acquisition development of well 9, additional booster intake site property certificate of compliance and lot line adjustment. That's you, Dee.
Okay, well, I just got I've been contacting the county and I finally, today, got the approval of our certificate of compliance. We do have to have to get the deed, re-prepared, I think, because what triggered all this, or the delays really, was that when we submitted the calculations to close the survey, they were calculations that were done prior to making one small modification of the entrance. Changed it by a couple of tenths of a foot or so. And but that isn't acceptable. And so we redid the closure calculations, of course, everything closed, and then resubmitted them. But what we'll have to do is re-prepare the grant deed. I'm not quite sure why that's the case, but I'll chase that one down. And then we'll also have to prepare, I think, probably a statement that we modified or changed the legal description by a couple of tenths of a foot, and that we resubmitted the closure calculations and the legal description. So we'll take care of that next week.
Okay,
Thank you, Dee.
thank you, Dee. That's positive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we got one to do for Bear Court now. And I'll be preparing that. I wanted to get this one clear before I prepared the one for Bear Court, simply because I didn't want them to get confused. And so I wanted to get this one out of there before I submitted Bear Court. That'll come up real quick too.
Okay, so Dee, I have one question. So now that the certificate of compliance is complete, now do we submit something for the lot line adjustment?
We have to go through that whole process if we want to do a lot line adjustment. I really think it's not necessary. The certificate of compliance is really all you need. The grant deed is the Bible on the property. So anytime anybody wants to question anything about the property, you have to go to the grant deed. And the grant
Right,
deed is the
but I
thing.
thought we had an agreement with Emily and Jeff French that we were gonna do the lot line adjustment. I thought they wanted that done.
I'm not sure that Jeff really is hot on that right now. I plan to give him a call, see if he wants to go ahead and pursue that. I'd like him to do a little bit of work on that as well, so we don't have to do all of it. I mean, the district, and so I'll discuss that with him and see if they really want to go ahead and do that. If they do, well, we'll work out who's going to do what. I'd prefer him to do the mapping, and then we'll do the calculations and anything else that we need to do.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we complied with what we had agreed to, so.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Cause I would rather have us get it done if they want it done, cause I don't want them coming back later, you know, a year from now or two and saying, oh, we want this lot line adjustment. So I think if it's something they want done, they need to pursue it. And we need to get it done.
If they don't, I'll get it in writing. So
Okay,
we'll have some documentation.
sounds good. Okay, C, discussion vote memorandum of understanding. We haven't gotten anything back from the attorney yet?
No.
Okay. Soon as we get it back, we'll get it to you guys. D, discussion vote on Lake of the Woods projects and consolidation. I think that's, you, Joan. I know Pam's on vacation. In
Hi,
fact, Pam was
guys.
was here.
Yeah, she was up for Fiesta Days.
Yeah.
Okay, so nothing new on the $9 million Phase 3 South Tank Line Replacement Grant. Nothing new on the generator grant. No changes in manganese or iron at well 4. Blending station, the samples for nitrates from 7/7 of 26 was 3.1. Fluoride is 1.1. The well readings, the wells as a whole average down 1 foot. The wells now compared to January of 2024 are up 24 feet. Compared to January 2025 are up 11 feet. Compared to January of 2026, up 29 feet. And from this time last year, they average being up 26 feet. So sorry, that 1 foot down is the difference between last month and this month.
Okay.
Any questions?
Good news.
No.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Joan.
Thank you, Joan. E, discussion vote on claims and payout. Okay, so this is something we need to discuss, because this is only once a month, that we're, you know, so whatever you're gonna approve for next week's meeting won't be approved until the next meeting, in
That's okay.
September.
September. Probably okay.
So, which isn't a problem, but I'm just, you know, just so we're aware, you know,
I mean, everybody else does it.
right? So,
You don't feel, Carlos, I don't feel like that's too much of an extra weight for the, stuff to be processed. Do you feel like there's something that would be you know, cause really all that should be coming in now are things that it's not gonna be new items, it's gonna be just invoices that we haven't received yet. So, because we can't pay anything we can't do anything new after the 31st of July, which already passed. So this would just be cleanup of things that hadn't been paid yet. So I don't really see that there's necessarily an issue waiting an extra 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, I don't see an issue with it.
so I guess the only thing we have to keep in mind is when we get to the end of the year, you know, so.
Yeah, you'll just need to let us know what's still going on
Right, right.
before December, so we
So,
make sure we're
Right,
good.
before the final payment, so we need to make sure the claim is ready to go out before, you know, in that meeting in December, cause we closed out at the end of December, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Okay, moving on, to number 12, discussion vote update on Fraser Park Lake of the Woods Consolidation Construction Project. Um, vote on engineering and design, where are we at on that? D, we're like 95%?
Yeah, 90%. And there's a stack of plans on somewhere there at Fraser Park that Johnny's got to wade through. We want to get his input, and we'll implement those that input before we send it on up to the state.
Okay, and is there a timeline on when we'll have to have this done?
Not really, but we'll, as soon as we get the comments, we'll implement them.
Okay,
Then Johnny's gonna leave that kind of where it's at, probably, so that other, board people or whoever wants to look at it can look at it as well.
Yeah, what I would like to implement Johnny's comments before we send it on up to Joan and Pam and the guys up at Lake of the Woods.
Still rough draft, so it's just,
Okay, and I'll try to come in a couple times and take a look as well.
Yeah,
Carlos, is there any timeline that we need to meet on this in regards to the finishing of the project, of the planning project?
Well, I let Jonathan know that the application was submitted. We're just missing the plans and specs and the engineering contract with you guys. And then we also let him know ahead of time that the environmental wasn't going to be completed in time, and it should be completed this month, hopefully. And he didn't say anything about it. He just said send him an email, so I did. So we should be good. But that's the only things we need to have a complete application.
Okay,
I plan on having these back to Dee by the end of next week.
okay, no problem.
So if anybody wants to peruse them, you do it then, but it's the big set of plans there, and then there's the big
It's huge.
250, 300 sheets of the plans or the specs, so it could be a lot, but I want to get them back to them by the end of next week, so.
Yeah. Okay. So the only question I had, Dee, on the environmental, did Tom Dodson do everything that he needed to do to get invoices in prior to the 31st of July?
yeah, I'm pretty sure, Tiffany, you can weigh in on this, but the initial study and the mitigated negative declaration have been filed. And so, we're in that 35-day wait period, I think. So Tiffany, any other information regarding that?
Wasn't that the well eight and pipeline?
Yes, it is. And I just,
Yeah, we're fixing it up. We're talking about
Wait,
just the.
I went to the
construction.
pipeline, sorry. Sorry,
Easy to do.
yeah, sorry. But yeah, that Tom is working on that now. And because he really focused on the pipeline. Oh, man, I'm getting goofy.
Okay,
So
but
yeah, he's working on it.
well, my concern is that now is he gonna have invoices after the fact? Because
He understands that. Yeah, Rama, we discussed that quite a few times, that any work, at this point in time will not be paid for until we get the FA for that project. And so he understands that.
Okay,
Yeah, I was just gonna comment on that because we still can complete things under the construction project as opposed to having to have it all wrapped up with the planning project.
right, but I was just knowing that we were trying to get as much invoices done before the 31st,
But it's too late now anyway.
but it's too late now, so, okay. No, I just,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
Well, the work,
Right.
invoices don't need
he's-
to be sent yet for work.
okay.
he's,
See, this,
okay.
go ahead. Go ahead,
Well,
Lee.
I was just gonna say, a lot of the things that he did for the pipeline replacement project, will just go right over to the consolidation project as well as far as environmental goes. Of course, there's a much bigger project, but there's a lot of that initial work that really can transfer right over. So that's one good thing.
Okay,
Yeah, what I got one quick comment. Yeah, D, just make sure that Tom doesn't forget that he needs to do the environmental packages as well.
Okay, I'll remind him.
Yeah, the
Carla.
one the first environmental package is for the consolidation project, and the other one is for where we have to combine one environmental package for the pipeline and the well 8, because we had submitted the environmental package just for the pipeline project, but the state wanted it combined, so just we got to make sure we get those, both of those packages.
Okay,
okay, C, discussion vote on contract between FPPUD and D Jasper and Associates.
In your books.
Oh, it's in our books? Okay. Had we sent this to the attorney?
I mean, last contract I sent him, he just sent right back, so
Okay,
he said he's just writing the contracts.
Hmm.
In the form that we all wanted, so.
yeah. Hopefully it is, and nothing has changed, in the contract law that will require some modifications to that contract form, but it's the one that he modified several years ago. And so, yeah, he needs to review it.
Can you go over anything that's different on here, Dee?
And
Just
before
point
you
out-
Yeah,
move on, D, I got a quick comment. Apologize for not getting back to you on that, but I was on training all day yesterday, and but I get after we discuss these questions that Lisa has, then we can discuss the comments you had. So go ahead, Lisa.
Yeah, so I was just asking Dee if he could highlight anything that's different from the previous contracts that they have added.
yeah, nothing, Lisa. That is the previous contract format.
Okay, so this is the exact
Okay.
format with the new wording for,
okay, so he's already reviewed it then.
Yes. But again, if there are any changes in the law, I think it would be a good idea to have Ellen review it.
because this is from a couple years ago, right?
Yes,
Okay, yeah, so I would. So are you good with, Carlos? Is this going to hold us up? No, because this just needs to be in place before the construction also, correct?
Yeah, this is not going to hold us up either.
Okay, so we should send this to our attorney just to see if there's anything that's changed since the last time Dee wrote this contract, since he just used the boilerplate contract from a couple years ago.
Yeah, we still have time because we still have to get the environmental. So
Okay,
You just make it simpler. You could approve it as it is with the amendment that, or with the agreement that Alan could make legalese changes to it, and then we could just get a signature.
well, I'm gonna read through it.
Okay.
If we have time.
yeah, and then I think we'll have to add to this contract. We'll have to add the funding that it's going to take, and the work that it's going to take to complete the plans and specs.
right. And you saw that email come through from Jonathan, right?
I did not.
Oh, okay,
I
well,
don't think he tagged me on it.
I asked him about that and he said, so there's a lot of flexibility there, but what he said was to just move the start date back to maybe July 30th or 31st, so that everything that is expended between, August this month and on till we get to the funding agreement, will be,
Reimbursable,
reimbursable. So maybe we can talk about that, Carlos, and how actually to do that and make sure that we get it in accordance with.
yeah, because all that work will go in the soft cost portion of it. So we just have to have a line item that says design or whatever.
Mhm. Okay, and then we do have the district costs and a number of things that,
Yeah, and all that will go in soft costs as well.
yeah, okay.
Dr. Schoenberg.
I have a potential issue with this current contract. Because it's specifically for the regional consolidation project construction management. And I understand that some of the other projects kind of are a part of, but it lists all of the projects under A, including the parcel B. So I think we might not want to do that because really this isn't, we need separate contracts and have some separate contracts for that. I think this should just talk about specifically the items that are going to be under the regional consolidation project.
Yeah, because we already have a contract for the pipeline in Wale.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's kind of blending all that stuff, D, under A.
Let's see, A is construction of well 9, Bear Court booster pump and storage tanks, improvements for parcel B, Elm,
which is
and
a
well,
separate contract.
yeah, there are improvements to parcel B that are not included in the funding from the county. And so, and that involves the pumping plant and connections and bypasses that will have to be, designed. So there is part of parcel B, also in Elm, and then what we have to do with well 5 as well. So those are.
Okay, can you spell that out a little bit better under A to say that this is above and beyond the work that's completed in the separate project for parcel B, and also because you have regional pipeline projects in here as well. So I know they kind of all blend at a point together, but I think it needs to be distinguished that this contract is for the parts that have nothing to do with the other previous contracts and parts that we have as separate projects.
Okay, I'll reword that.
Thank you.
Okay, so at this time, we're going to, oral announcement prior to closed session, Government Code 54957.7A, a representative of the legislative body to orally announce the items to be discussed in closed session prior to any closed session meeting. 10, closed session pursuant to Government Code 54957, conference with legal counsel, existing litigation, Government Code 54956.9, parentheses D, parentheses 1, Fraser Park Public Utility District versus CNC Elite Properties LLC et al. Kern County Superior Court case number BCV-24-100199. We're going into closed session at 5:02, and we will return as quickly as we can, guys. Thank you.
I'll go to the restroom too quickly.
Very quick.
Oh, ow, as quickly as I can walk.
Okay, oral announcement following closed session, government code 54957.1 parentheses A, the legislative body of any local agency shall publicly report any action taken in closed session and the vote or abstention on the action of every member present thereon. There was no action taken, informational only. We're back in session at 5:19. Okay,
I would
so
like-
we're still on 12C.
Okay.
So go ahead, Lisa.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention before we send, on 12C, before, that contract goes to the attorney, if we could make at least the changes D and A that we talked about. I didn't, mention that. And also, maybe give us a couple of days or a week or something to look to see if there's anything else that we spot, and we could email you, I suppose, if we see anything else that maybe we wanted to, and then, so maybe give us, Tiffany, you're gonna be sending it to?
No, we need to send it.
Okay, so we're gonna be sending it to the attorney, so I guess we could let Tiffany know, and then she'll send it, so if you can make the change in AD, and then we'll maybe we could have a week to look over anything else, and then we'll send it to the attorney.
Okay, I'll do that.
Brahma,
Thank you.
by chance, did you ask the attorney, what the status is on the MOU?
We have not, but we will.
Yeah, Joan, we have not been
Okay, thanks.
pushing.
Sorry,
We've not been.
sorry, Lisa.
Yeah, we haven't been pushing that because we have them doing so much right now on the other issues that we're having legal wise with our well 8. So yeah, so we didn't want to like stop their momentum on that, but I think at this point we should be able to ask where they're at on that.
Okay. 13, discussion vote on well 8 and pipeline replacement project. Vote on engineering, design and environmental. I believe all that's complete, right? Dee?
Yes,
Or where are we at?
No, the environmental is, we still need that one environmental, that's what Carlos was mentioning, the combined environmental for where it combines, because they were broken apart and there was an environmental for each, but we need the combined, we've been waiting on the combined well 8 pipeline replacement environmental. Correct?
Yes, it's the environmental package.
Okay. Okay, so, nothing else. We'll go on to, B, the funding agreement. Okay, so we're gonna go over, we've received the funding agreement for well 8 and for the pipeline project. The only question that I had, D, I guess it was a little confusing to me, the way they have this project cost table. So they have yeah, go ahead, Dee.
I was just gonna say, I haven't seen it. Brahma, so it would be,
Oh, you have,
I haven't
haven't
seen
seen
the FA. Yes, correct.
okay,
So I need to review it.
could you? Thank you, Tiffany.
We're going to send that to you, Dee, so that we can maybe discuss it at the state update meeting next week.
Well, we have to approve it tonight
Gotta get it.
Can you forward that to me as well, please?
because it has to be,
Yeah, let me forward it to you, but
How are we gonna do that if he hasn't even looked at it?
well, this is
Well, at
what,
this point, it's their funding agreement to us, promising us the money, so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
and there's a deadline. We
yeah,
only
there's a
get
deadline,
15
and we're,
days
we're
to
like,
get
we're
on
getting
there.
more money than we initially asked for,
It's-
so.
Yeah,
it has to be signed by the 18th, before the 18th of this month. So we need to approve it tonight, but
But we could approve it with a, you know, with,
But you don't have time to send it back to the state and have it go
Yeah,
through
you're
all of the
right.
changes.
I mean, it is what
we
it
just
is.
need to approve
But
it.
I just wanted, I want him to look at the, summary of the project cost table. So that's something that we need to discuss tonight, so, that's exhibit B. So she's sending it to you right now, Dee,
Okay.
and Carlos.
And I know that you guys submitted a legal opinion letter, but is this official funding agreement asking for a legal counsel opinion letter again or no?
It just
Oh,
says, please, it says agreement D 2602002, project number, it gives the EDWAC. It says, please review and if appropriate, electronically sign the signature page of the agreement via Adobe Sign no later than 15 calendar days from the date of this letter. Once electronically signed, the agreement will be routed automatically to the next signer. You will automatically receive a copy of the fully executed agreement via Adobe Sign once the final signer has signed. The agreement cannot be considered binding by either party until executed by the State Water Resource Control Board.
Yeah, it's not really asking for anything else except the signature that I can see. It just says each party may change its, no, that's just contact, yeah. Eligible work start date July 1st. No, that's 2024, that's wrong. Yeah, so it's going back
You should have it, Dee and Carlos.
2024.
Okay, just came in, Tiffany.
And D, all the hydrants and valves and stuff, you included that on the pipeline portion of this, correct?
Right.
Okay.
So the page I wanted to look at and go over was their on exhibit B, the estimated budget costs, the table.
Okay, I'm getting there, Mama. Exhibit A.
Well, basically, you're saying we can't make changes anyway. We don't have enough time.
Right, but I wanted to discuss it.
Okay,
So once this funding, quick question, D, when this funding is in place, we can still ask for things as we have in the past, budget adjustments from one category to another, just not the full
Well,
amount.
That's why we were gonna go over this thing. It has a change order contingency in here. So you see, D, they have, construction, 12,800,425.
yes,
I'm assuming that's the pipeline
yes,
construction,
yes.
okay? So, they're not giving us money for pre-purchased material, so, real property easement, so that 249,000 is to pay for legal fees, they're giving us the legal fees for eminent domain and so all the bills that we have.
That's so awesome.
So we'll be
Yes,
able
they
to,
are.
so we'll
Yes,
be able to spend that and get that money back, so.
Yep.
Then they have a change order contingency, 2.5 million. So I'm assuming that's just, for any other changes that we have throughout the project.
yes.
Okay, I don't know what is force account? I don't know what that means, but
Force
But
account
it's
is
yeah.
what you do with your own, with the district forces.
Oh, okay. So then it says allowances, soft costs. I believe that's your probably engineering.
Well, no, it would be
2.5
all of
million?
it. It would be us too. So it would
Yeah.
be the board meetings and all of that, right?
Yeah,
Yes, and I'm pretty sure that's what I put in there.
Okay.
I prepared this.
now this, G conditional cost, 5,433,656. That's the well 8. Is that what well 8 is?
No,
That,
no.
It's just
it is-
another contingency. I think well 8 is included under construction, but yet they could provided two contingencies basically.
well, I mean, the thing, I guess the question would be, because we have at least $10 million going to the pipeline. And what the well 8 construction is like 5 million, right?
Yeah, it's about 4 something, Brahma, so,
Brahma, if you look,
Yeah,
if you look down, if you look down a little bit down, it'll say what conditional cost is. So basically, conditional cost is a line item that is that you cannot it cannot be authorized without the division's written approval. The conditional cost line item is for increased cost and unforeseen items, provided that the costs are eligible and consistent with the approved scope of work.
That's beautiful. That's really great.
yeah.
This is so good compared to the last one. That's
Okay.
really good.
well, I guess my only concern was because it doesn't spell out the pipeline
It-
or, so I'm assuming that we're able to get that money, right, Carlos?
Yeah.
Out of the
Well-
conditional.
The way they wanted this thing prepared too, Brahma, I had broken it up into 2 of these tables. One for the
Right.
pipeline, one for the well. And then
Right.
because they wanted them combined, they said, look, put them all together and that will be your budget cost. And so they saw they saw both projects separated and then they said combine them. And so that's the combination of the two.
So I think what Brahma's bringing up is that 12 million doesn't actually cover the full construction. So, but it looks like, and we haven't had that many problems moving things in the past from contingency to elsewhere when it's unforeseen, it's covering unforeseen issues, etc. So we should be okay, right? Even though that 12 is not, because we're thinking it's more like 15 and not 12, correct?
Well, I put in a pretty stiff price for the pipe. And we are concerned, that the contractors are gonna make less progress than what we were thinking. And so we may need to take part of that allowance or some of the change order contingency in order to beef that up. But it's based on a pretty conservative cost for pipeline installation. We
So
think. Go ahead.
So basically that 12,000,008, which is almost 13, should be good based on everything that you're saying. And if we start running behind on either of the projects, we should be able to take from the contingencies to cover that.
Yeah, we should, Lisa, and really, everything will pan out when we bid it. When we bid this, say, phase 1, which will be pipeline, we will know right then, hey,
And that changes, right? Because this budget's still only estimated. So when we put the bid in, there's a room at that moment for the budget to be adjusted, correct?
yep,
Okay, perfect. Yeah, because I mean, this is amazing. I feel like
Okay.
they covered all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff that they didn't cover in the previous
Yeah,
ones.
I'm okay with it. It just wasn't clear to me. That's why I was asking these questions.
I'm okay, I guess,
Then-
with $23.
Yeah,
I guess I'm all
Lisa,
right.
if for some reason, Lisa,
go ahead.
Well,
if for
yes.
some reason, once it goes out to bid and the FBA package is completed and it's, let's say it comes out more than the 23 million, then we can do an amendment and
Right.
submit it for approval, but we can only access up to the amount of the grant, and then we
Right.
once the other amendment gets approved, we can access the other funding if we need it.
Right, well,
Right, but my question is more that if the bid comes out to, between the two, like, 17 million, then we would be able to adjust at that point the construction portion.
Well, and the well eight's gonna be on the farther end of the project, so.
Right.
Yeah, and I
Or,
believe
yeah,
that's where the
but-
conditional cost would come in as well. We can get
Right.
money for
Yeah,
that for
so that's-
anything unforeseen.
Right.
Yeah,
so
that's just the, I'm sorry.
Right, that's what I was wondering, but that's why I was asking the question about the conditional cost, because I figured that's part of the funding for the actual well eight.
Yeah, cause the thing that we were concerned about is, when we did the meter projects, that we like completed one phase. And then there was this whole like question about the budget. We kept having to go back and forth to get enough money for the second phase. So I guess that's kind of the question is we're gonna complete the pipeline and then we're gonna complete the well. So it's gonna be the same kind of thing as when we did the meter well project. So, yes, but it looks like we're pretty covered.
And so the only critical due dates that we have to be concerned with is project completion, which is January 31st, 2029. And, project completion report is November 30th, 2028, and final inspection is December of 2028. So that, because it says in here that if we don't meet those, I mean, we can't change those dates. Those dates are solid, and we'd have to do an amendment to the agreement.
We would make it though.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just,
Well, except for the issue with the well.
right,
Oh, yeah. That part.
so. And I guess all these other dates are estimated and we
Be able to change
we
those.
should be able to change those. Is that correct?
Just like the last project.
Yeah.
It's, I kind of see it's gonna kind of be a lot like the meter well project that we did where it's gonna kind of go along the same lines because that one didn't go all according to our original dates or anything either.
Correct.
So, yeah, this looks good to me. I'm happy.
Okay, so, I'll entertain a motion, to, approve this contract and we'll have to track down Jerry to get him to
Not a
sign.
problem, we'll do it.
I'll move that we approve the water board, State Water Resources Control
Right there.
Board. What are you pointing to?
The
Okay,
expedited
yeah, expedited drinking water grant, agreement D 2602002 by and between Fraser Park Public Utility District recipient and California State Water Resources Control Board, State Water Board, for the purpose of the project number EDWG -1510007-0036, well number
No,
8
C.
and
C, not a six.
That's a.
Oh,
3C.
wow, 003C, wow, I'm seeing things. Well, number 8, thank you for correcting me, and pipeline replacement project, otherwise known as the project.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, Director Schoenberg has made a motion, Director Kelly has seconded it, roll call of directors. Director Schoenberg,
Aye.
Director Kelly,
Aye.
Director Gibson's absent, Director Garcia is absent, Director Nyman's and I. Motion carried. So it's approved, so what we have to do is,
Thank you, Carlos, indeed.
Thank you, beautiful.
so we'll get it signed,
Done, right away.
well, yeah, because we only got like three working
No problem.
days, so,
If I have to, I'll run a laptop to wherever he's at.
okay. Okay,
And once all this is in place, I would think that we may want to put something, since we have all the naysayers again in the paper, we might want to put something in the paper saying that we received, but not yet, once it's all.
There's naysayers in the paper right now?
No, there's naysayers in the, social media.
You know how you don't ever think about them?
Turn it off.
Don't be on the bulletin board. Because I heard through yesterday's, I did not hear one negative thing. I heard nothing but good stuff about the water board and how appreciative everybody was of the water slides and how good a job we're doing, and nobody complained at all.
I know, and a lot of the information in the social media is not correct anyway, and it unfortunately has a lot to, they're not very nice to Lake of the Woods either, so. Anyway, it is what it is, but I do think that maybe once this is all
Well,
in
yeah.
place, that we,
Yeah, we'll be
let
putting a
people
sign up,
know
too.
through the paper. Yeah.
Okay, C, discussion vote on well 8 property acquisition. We're
No updates, right?
just no updates, we're just waiting on court. 14, okay, so thank you,
Carlos.
Carlos.
Thanks, Carlos.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good one.
We'll see you next week.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too. Bye.
Okay, 14, discussion vote on the Park B water tank replacement project timeline, budget, engineering, and project bids.
I don't even know where we're at on that.
Our expert here has all the updates on it.
Would you like me to go or would you like to?
You know, yeah, Tiffany, you go, because I just put it on you. There's been a lot of back and forth here, and you know, I think some of the things that are a little bit disconcerting are, you know, the availability of the funding and the time that we have to spend it. So I think you might have a little bit more information than I do.
Okay, so the bids were due on August 12th. We got one bid from Superior Tank Company. They bid the base price, meaning for a bolted tank, at $509,000. If we choose to go with a welded tank, which was one of the options, the bid was for $699,000. We're certainly below the funding agreement amount. Although, as James was dividing out the costs, if we do a welded tank, it could be the district has to put in a little bit of money. He was thinking like $11,000,
Okay.
but that's not bad. Donnie can talk about the benefits of that.
We definitely want welded.
So we're gonna move forward based on, you know, Kern County's recommendation and the engineers with that one.
Well-
They're working incredibly. Do you wanna go ahead?
Yeah, just a word of caution on that. You know, the difference between the cost of the welded and the cost of the bolted is about 400,000. So when we put that 400,000 onto the 510, really, you know, we're really very close to, you know, very, very close to the limit of what the funding is, I think, which is $1 million. I'm not quite sure, Tiffany, and you know that.
What's it, 980,000, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's 908 from county, but the district, promised like 233,000.
Right.
So they're giving a total project cost of over $1 million something.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Dee, I mean, our whole issue was with bolts in the first place with this tank, so wouldn't it make sense to only go with the welded tank? I mean, I don't wanna
Because
go.
now you have the knowledge that nobody had at the board. We haven't had any problems with the other 4 tanks, because when I drain them and I inspect them, and when there's problems, we fix it. Nobody did that on parcel B forever, so when it's done right and it's inspected right, and D always has somebody that's super knowledgeable for the inspections on site, nothing gets through and nothing happens.
Plus, we're gonna have cathodic protection.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would like to have a bolt welded tank, but if it's any hindrance or slow up of anything, I would rather just go with what we can.
But I'm just of the mind that if it costs the district a little bit more to get the welded tank and it didn't slow up the project or cause any issues, why wouldn't we go with the welded?
Time wise for construction, D, is it longer or the same for a welded tank as opposed to?
I think it's gonna be about the same. And the welded tank is a much better tank than a bolted tank. So, you know, I'm always in favor of the welded, although you've had really, really good success with the bolted. I just want to make sure that, you know, we look at this and make sure that we're okay budget wise, because Tiffany, and maybe you can update us on what the county, you know,
I guess,
we funded?
Yeah.
Are we not
I was
funded?
working on that. Yeah, so right now, D. Jasper and Associates Curtis is going through that bid in record time. It's gone to the county. James Golden also has to review the bid, but they're going as fast as they can, and they really want us to be able to approve the bid before the end of August, which would be lightning speed. If it's all done by the end of August, we approve. I mean, that's crazy speed though. Approve the bidder. It's very possible with the project cost we have to keep it, to be in time for the HUD agreement. James has put a couple different emails to HUD and he has not gotten a response yet. They don't know if we have that project extension. And then my last email to James was, bottom line, would we be able to get this project started without the HUD extension with the county funding? So I'm waiting for him to answer that. If that it really is a likelihood, considering I think the county is really wanting to give us the money and they're doing everything they can to push this faster than they've ever pushed anything. So I think they're gonna be willing to make allowances.
So we would probably have to have a special meeting, and approve the bid.
Awarding the bid.
Yeah, awarding the bid. So whenever you guys would tell us when it would be ready, we would.
If having this special meeting guaranteed that we would be able to use the county funding, we would do it at the drop of a hat.
Right.
If we're still reliant on the HUD extension, then I don't think we're gonna be in the rush. Cause either we're gonna get the extension and we have a full other year, or we're not, and we're gonna pay out of pocket or choose not to pay out of pocket. So at which point there'll no longer be a time restriction. So
One of the
we're gonna
things,
play it by ear. Hopefully James gets back to us. Sorry, Dee.
go ahead, Tiffany. I just have one.
Yeah, no, I'm
comment.
good.
Go ahead.
No, I'm done. It's all you, Dee.
Just wanted to, here's the thing I think we need to explore with Superior, and that is the timing between providing the materials for the welded tank versus providing the materials for the bolted tanks. And we'll check that out and make sure that there isn't any delay, because, you know, they have plants. They got one in Southern California, they got one here, they got one in Texas, they even have one in Mexico. And so, you know, they've got plenty of manufacturing capability. I think the key is fitting this thing in to the timing that I think we may face regarding spending the money. And I think
Right.
does the extension, and this is a question, Tiffany, does the time extension relieve us of that time requirement to have the funding spent by a certain time?
Yes, it gives us a full year
Yeah,
access to these funds.
yeah.
But so I mean, I guess that we're already in August. I don't see how they could even get us, because my thing would be, yeah, we wouldn't, you know, would want the invoice on materials at least, to mitigate some of the cost if we don't get the extension.
We could get that, Rama. You know,
Okay.
that shouldn't be a problem with Superior.
And I don't think the district's gonna pony up the $1 million to move forward with the tank, so either we meet the deadlines and we go forward or we don't.
Well, I think it's something that we
We
need
may
to do,
have to.
because the tank has a lot of problems, and
I agree, but I was hoping that maybe if it didn't get, first of all, I think this is gonna get funded through this, so I ain't worried about it, but
But you're saying
hopefully
people
we
in
get included
construction,
into a different
Yeah.
project if it fell through, but, it's looking like, because Tiffany's been on the ball through all these hoops, it's looking like we're gonna get the funding without having to get the extension and still meet the deadline, so let's just give Tiffany a chance, and if it comes time to where we need a special meeting, we'll do it.
right, well, I mean, the issue comes back to, aren't we supposed to have this spent by the 31st of this month.
That is something that James has to work through. It's more of him and their relationship to HUD.
Yeah,
So I would definitely have as much paperwork together as we can get together for James to be able to submit and possibly have released the funding.
right,
So that part will be on him, but any of the invoices we can get from Superior,
right,
material estimates, anything like that, the faster we get them in.
right, because I mean,
The more
the
likely we are to get the
materials are
funding.
like probably 400,000 or whatever. So I mean, if we can do that, I mean, we're gonna deplete if, either way, we would deplete. If we don't get the full funding, we're gonna pretty much deplete our CIP.
Right.
And, but I think it's necessary. I think this is one more thing that we need to get done, that we shouldn't be waiting for another project. This is something that we needed to have done. It's expensive, but then that's why we raised rates. This is why we had to raise rates, because, you don't always get everything you want from the federal or the state or the county.
And that's something that we can discuss when we have more answers.
Right,
Yeah,
okay,
So,
all right.
but
Well,
because we don't have another board meeting,
Right.
we won't know. And so how will we know any of this stuff? Well, state updates,
Well,
but we're not gonna know by
if
next
the
week.
board has to act, we'll have a special meeting and that's how you'll know.
Okay.
If we run out of time or whatever happens, I don't think there's gonna be a rush any longer. If we don't get the county funding or if they
Then it's,
decline the extension, there's no timetable anymore.
yeah,
So yeah, you'll know as soon as, I'm gonna call that special meeting as fast as you guys can get here, as soon as I hear about it,
okay,
to get that money.
okay,
okay.
Rama, this is Joan. Can I clarify? You said that if you don't get the HUD money, you're going to be taking it out of CIP. Are you taking it from CIP or USDA replacement?
I mean USDA replacement.
Okay,
No.
you made my heart go pitter patter.
Yeah,
Well, we also haven't even gotten to that stage yet, so you'd have to decide anything after that.
Yeah, we haven't decided anything,
right,
so
but
don't,
that's,
that's just one director's take on it.
Yeah, let's just assume we're gonna get the grant and everything's gonna be great, and Tiffany will let you know.
I agree with you on that. I totally agree. So, okay,
Good.
all right, okay, so we'll go on to new business. I guess,
D's where it doesn't need to be here anymore, correct?
Well, thank you,
No,
Dee, very
thank you,
much.
Dee.
Thank you so much, Dee.
Okay, well, thank you, and,
Have a good week.
yeah, I think, well, yes. Yeah, all of us, I think, and it's really a relief that we're moving ahead with some of these projects now, so,
yeah,
wow.
it's nice.
Yeah,
yeah, all the
Nice.
time. that
Well,
it's
and,
taken.
and thank you, Dee. You guys have done a great job on the parcel B. I mean, the holdup's been the county, so, and their process, so, I think you guys have done a great job.
Well, thank you, and I really want to turn that right back around to Tiffany too, because she,
Yeah,
thank
definitely.
you, Tiffany.
she's the one that made this thing happen, and,
Yeah.
we just came along for the ride.
Thank you, Dee.
All right.
Okay.
So,
Good night, Dee.
good night.
Good night.
On, do we want a brief recess?
No,
No, okay,
no, do we? No.
new business.
Do you guys have to go to the restroom?
We went.
Okay.
Only going to closed session. Okay, oral announcement prior to closed session, government code 54957-7, parentheses A, representative of the legislative body to orally announce the items to be discussed in closed session prior to any closed session meeting. 15, closed session pursuant to government code 54957, public employee performance evaluation code 54954-5-E, parentheses, title, administrative assistant and clerk of the board, title, water operator 2, and title, billing clerk. Okay, we are going into closed session at 5:53. We'll be back as soon as possible, guys. It's just us.
Take this.
I'll be right back.
We are in the main.
All right.
Okay, oral announcement following closed session, government code 54957.1-A. The legislative body of any local agency shall publicly report any action taken in closed session and the vote or abstention on that action of every member present thereon. No action has been taken at this point. We're going to go on to 16, discussion vote on the wage table.
Do you want to lead it or do you?
Sure, would like to add, can we just run through all the changes, then have you guys vote on?
Yeah,
Yes, because we have to approve the wage table before we
Yeah.
can do any other.
So, we're gonna add a category, to the wage table of administrative manager. And, have a pay scale. You want me to do the pay scale?
yeah, yeah.
Between
fine.
$30 and $35 an hour, so it's starting and ending. People that just help out around the office, like if you hire a high school kid to come and do filing or something, it's 20 to 22. The billing clerk, the front desk, the range is 23 to 26. Admin assistant, clerk of the board, 25 to 30. Field worker one, trainees just coming in, 21 to 23. Depending on, how hard they work and whatever in that, until they get a certification. When they get a certification, they make operator one, 23 to 25. And operator two, when they get a D2 or a treatment, 26 to 30. And then we'll leave the lead operator, if I get one, to an additional $3 an hour if and when we find a lead operator. So that's my proposed changes.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion that we approve the new wage table.
I'll move that we accept the new wage table as written, and we're keeping a couple positions that are not gonna be filled immediately, but that we'll keep all those positions available.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, Director Schoenberg has, made a motion, Director Kelly has seconded it. Roll call of directors, Director Schoenberg,
Aye.
Director Kelly,
Aye.
Director Gibson's absent, Director Garcia is absent, and Director Nyman is an aye. Motion carried, 3-0-2.
Now, are we able to vote on the other
Sure.
Yeah.
stuff
and-
under wage table? Yes, because we approved the wage table now, so now we can do the.
Yeah,
We can do
and
the wages.
And I would like to make an announcement for the public that, I'm very happy to say after all the years of loyal help and getting the office in order that I'm promoting Tiffany to administrative manager. So she can officially oversee the office workers and, all the contractors that come in here for office stuff and I really appreciate all the years of hard work, so. hopefully
thank you.
keep
And we
around.
do too.
So I think we do a motion on that.
Yeah, so I'd like to move that we accept the change, the promotion of Tiffany from admin assistant clerk of the board to administrative manager. That manager will still be below our GM, but will be an actual management position where she'll have some ability to
And she'll continue to do.
make decisions in the office. She'll continue to do the admin assistant clerk of the board work that she's been doing until at such point we fill that position, if we fill that, position, in which case she would do. Well, Johnny doesn't have all the stuff written up yet for the new position, but
Yeah.
we're accepting
That's
that you'll
forthcoming.
continue in your duties and that you'll just have a little bit more ability to
And
be
responsibility.
responsibility as a manager.
And
So my motion is to promote her from admin assistant clerk of the board to administrative.
And you wanna do
The wage.
And,
I'd like
at-
to increase the wage to 32.
At $32 an hour.
do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, Director Schoenberg has, made a motion. Director Kelly has seconded it. Roll call of directors. Director Schoenberg,
Aye.
Director Kelly,
Aye.
Director Garcia is absent, Director Gibson is absent, Director Nyman is an aye. 3-0-2 Abstentions, motion carried. Congratulations.
Well, not abstentions, absence.
Huh?
Not abstentions.
I mean, absent.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Okay, the next one is our water operator. I would like to increase him to $27 an hour. He excels at everything he's done. I mean, he learns easy, he works good. I gave him a total score on his eval of 85 out of 100. And the only thing lacking is just the length of time he's been here.
Okay,
I'd like to move that we raise he's gonna stay in the same position, operator two. But that we raise our current only operator two to $27 an hour. And that he stays in the same position.
Yeah.
Director Kelly.
I'll second that.
Okay, Director Schoenberg has made a motion. Director Kelly has seconded it. Roll call of directors. Director Schoenberg.
Aye.
Director Kelly.
Aye.
Director Garcia is absent. Director Gibson's absent. Director Nyman's an aye. Motion carried. 3-0-2 absent.
And then we got our billing clerk. I would like to give her an increase to $23 an hour.
Director Schoenberg.
The same thing, I'm gonna move that she will stay in the same position, billing clerk front desk. But there'll be a raise to the new wage table, wages, which is $23 an hour.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, motion has been made by Director Schoenberg, it is seconded by Director Kelly. Roll call of directors. Director Schoenberg.
Aye.
Director Kelly.
Aye.
Director Garcia is absent. Director Gibson is absent. Director Nyman's an aye. 3-0-2 absent. Motion carried. Okay,
All right, thank you, guys.
so, 17, review and approve meeting minutes for 7/7/2026 AP Standing Committee, 7/9/2026 regular meeting, and 7/14/2026 special AP Standing Committee, and 7/21/2026 AP Standing Committee, and 7/23/2026 regular state planning and project meeting. I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
I move that we approve the minutes, with the dates that were stated with any amendments to, that were sent to Tiffany previously to and or after the meeting, as well as any additional amendments for typos or any other errors that we may have not caught or that may need to be corrected.
Do I hear a second?
I second that motion.
Okay, Director Kelly has made a motion and Director Schoenberg has seconded it. Roll call of directors. Director Schoenberg.
Aye.
Director Kelly.
Aye.
Director Garcia is absent. Director Gibson is absent. Director Nyman is an aye. 3-0-2 absence. Motion carried. Okay. 18, discussion vote on forming and dissolving ad hoc committees. I don't think there's anything we're good.
Well, I guess
We can't.
Well,
We don't have enough
that's
paper.
right.
Yeah.
That's true.
But we could always, dissolve an ad hoc when it doesn't
Yeah.
matter, you know, so
But-
anyhow.
But,
That we're canceling.
well, do we need to, I don't know if it's canceled, it's canceled for the date right
Right.
now, but do we need to adjust that ad hoc? Are you going to be able to do that ad hoc? Is Jerry gonna still do that ad hoc?
Yeah.
And without you,
talk him.
well, the problem is without you, depending on who else is on the ad hoc, he may not even know, he hasn't been doing the AP stuff or the quarterly financials, so.
No, Jerry was just gonna do the generator with me.
I know, but what I'm saying is that all has to do with assets and stuff, and if you haven't done that before and you're not going to be there, that could be a problem.
I should be,
Depending.
I should
You
be
should able
there.
to be
I
there.
mean, depending on the date. I mean,
Right.
Because now I'm running,
Yeah, you guys will have to make.
I'm running.
Back and forth, yeah,
Right.
so, but it can't be on that particular date because Deborah's not gonna be here.
Okay, so I will have to,
Figure out another date.
yeah,
between the
we're
three of
gonna have
you.
to let Jerry know. That's been canceled and then asking for some other dates, I guess.
Right. I guess you should find out from Deborah what she's
Yeah.
available first.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think she's got her normal availability except for that one day.
She did give me a sheet on that I need to find what I did with it. Just
Okay.
listing everything, but I guess she can give you guys.
Okay.
But maybe on Monday you can touch bases with her or Tuesday or whatever
Mhm.
she's back in. And then,
Oh, it's right here.
well,
If-
it'll have to be,
Do you
I
want
have
to
to let him know soon that,
Yeah, well, we have to get a hold of them for to
okay.
sign the funding agreement, so.
And then
Mary,
let
you
him
should
know.
make we should make a copy of this for you
Okay, we can do that.
after the meeting,
Okay,
yeah.
19, discussion vote on future agenda items. You have everything, Tiffany?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion that we adjourn.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, Director Kelly has made a motion, Director Schoenberg has seconded it. We'll call the directors. Director Schoenberg,
Aye.
Director Kelly,
Aye.
Director Garcia is absent, Director Gibson's absent, and Director Nyman's and I, 302 absent. We are adjourned at 6:42. Thank you, everybody.